See that? Cheese all through the bitch.
Hey, it's your girl Rasheria Good here. Watch as I make my very first charcuterie board for the holiday. First, I start off by washing my fruit. They've been in the supermarket, people's hands have been touching them and so forth. So I just took some baking powder or baking soda, some vinegar, white distilled vinegar, added some water to dilute the mixtures, and gave the fruit a couple of rinses just to get the vinegar taste off and to make sure the baking soda was off of it as well. And then I patted them dry again just to make sure all the moisture was off of the fruit. There you saw me taking some strawberries out, the ones that just wasn't presentational for the board. I just set those aside and I'll just eat those as regular. And then here I took my whole fruit, such as my persimmon, my pear, my pomegranate, and my watermelon, and I just gave the outside a rinse just because they're going on the board as well too, and you don't want, the nastiness to touch the other foods. So here with the watermelon, I cut it the long way, which is vertical, because I want to have some good pieces to make into triangles. By the way, y'all may hear fireworks in my background. Not sure why, because I thought it was, Christmas time. I didn't know the 4th of July was in action, so not sure what that's about. Pop out for Jesus, I guess. Yeah, right? And then they got the damn dogs. Okay. Anyway, this is the technique that I was showing you. Up next, you'll see me cut into the cheeses. I got 4 of them from Trader Joe's. I bought some brie cheese, some Toscano cheese, some Havarti cheese, and some goat milk and something cheese. I forgot what it was mixed with. But essentially, it was like sheep milk cheese and goat milk cheese. They're really soft. Most of these cheeses were soft and creamy, just how I like it. I thought that would paired really well with the fruits and the crackers that I had. I cut them into different shapes to make it more intricate and complex looking, I guess, just to bring some sophistication and to seem like I know what I'm doing, even though I really didn't, but I did my best. So here I cut those up and then I made those into, some more triangular shapes and added some diagonals and angles to it. This is the brie cheese. It was really challenging to work with. The outside, it was pretty easy to cut through, but then the inside is a little bit more softer, so it stuck to the knife a lot. Here, I'm showing you how I scored my pomegranate to give it that star shape. I thought this technique was so cool. I see it all the time, and I'm like, I wonder how they do it. I did it. I was so proud of myself. So here are all of my ingredients that I'm going to use on the board, and here I am preparing to make the board. So as I'm preparing to make the board, I really didn't know how I was going to style the board. I just knew I wanted it to look full, and I knew that I wanted my larger pieces on the board because I wanted to be sure I used everything that I purchased and that nothing went to waste. And surprisingly enough, I used everything that I purchased. So here I am playing around with the larger fruits and the crackers. I waited to put the fruit on last just because I didn't want it to make the board wet and make everything else soggy. I just let them sit, a while I played with the drier foods and the larger fruits. But I just went big first and then put in the smaller items later as I went along. And here you'll just see that I'm just really focusing on making sure that none of the board is being seen, that something is covering every inch of the board. And I know some of you are like, where are your gloves? Why are you touching all over the food? Listen, it's going to get 8. It got 8. This video is a day old. The board is complete. It's done. No more left. So there's that. My hands are clean. I'm not a professional chef. I'm not a professional. This is an at-home thing. They'll live. And you will too. And you can wear gloves when you make your own board. Anyway, here I am adding the fruit that I washed off earlier. I'm incorporating the grapes. I'm incorporating the strawberries that I cut up. I don't think I showed that, but I cut up some strawberries too, and I left the leaves on. I am adding some olives. I'm adding some sweet pickles. I added some dried cranberries, a baguette, and a bunch of other things. And I just made it, look at that's just so pretty. I had a jar of honey. Just look at that. Oh, I am admiring my work. It came together so well, and it was so tasty, and it was such an experience tasting all the flavors. And to set the record, there isn't any meat on this board because I don't eat meat or pork related things or meat in general, so that's why it's not there. But I'm sure if you were to incorporate meat, the flavors with the cheeses and the fruits and the crackers, they would just take you to another level. Comment below how you think I did. Is this something that you've done before? Will you be doing this? Until next time, ciao.